Hello, and welcome back to my series on using the Grackle Accessibility Checker for the Google Workspace. Last time I showed you how to use Grackle in Google Docs, and today we're going to get started using Grackle in Slides. The link to download this extension will be in the description below, and I'm going to go ahead and start by installing the tool. Hit continue. Make sure you're signing in with the correct Google account. Give Grackle Slides permissions, hit continue, and there we go. It is now installed. So I'm going to go over to my example slides document. And before I get started, I want to reiterate some important information that I covered in my last video on Grackle Docs. Grackle is a third-party accessibility checker created by Grackle Docs. And you do get a 30-day free trial of the more premium version, which I highly recommend you do as much remediating as possible while you have that 30-day trial. I am showing how to use Grackle Docs, Slides, and Sheets with the completely free version. So this is very pared down. It's useful either way, but I definitely recommend using it as much as possible when you have that free trial, as there's some very nice kind of quality of life tools that you have access to while you have the free trial. Now that that's out of the way, I'm going to show you how to get started using the actual tool. So up here in extensions, actually, you know what? Let's refresh it. It might not show up yet. So here in extensions, there we go. Grackle Slides will show up in the dropdown and we will hit launch. Once you launch it, it will scan the entire document. It may take a while if it's a pretty long presentation, but as you can see, mine is very short, so this shouldn't take too long to read through the entire presentation. All right. So let's go ahead and get started on the first kind of set of issues. So our first issue is that a slide should have a title. So we do have a title here, so that looks good. We've also got one on the second slide and one on the third. Now our fourth is completely missing a title. So I'm just going to call this blank slide, and that will be my title. But looking over here, it's saying that slide title should be unique. So I can already see that between slide 2, called example, and slide 3, also called example, we're going to run into an issue. So I am going to go ahead and call this example 2. All right, looks good. Let's hit recheck and see if we've solved those issues. Sweet. All right. So it looks like we've solved those issues. Let's go ahead and go down to our next set of issues, which is covering tables. So tables should be tagged and described. I did mention this issue in my last video, and unfortunately, Google Docs and Google Slides do not have a way of tagging or adding a caption to these tables. And it's not something I'm able to do in the completely free version of Grackle Slides or Docs either. So I highly encourage you to fix those types of issues when you find them and you have the 30-day free trial of the more premium version. So for now, I don't have a solution for this one yet. So we're just going to kind of move past that. And let's go ahead and look at the next problem. The use of merged cells is not recommended, and the use of empty cells is not recommended. So let's go up to our table. And you can already see there's kind of a lot of formatting issues happening here. So let's right click on this and let's see where our merge cells are occurring. All right, here it clearly is a merge cell. So let's go ahead and hit unmerge. This is the same day of the week though. So we'll just put Monday in again. And then let's click this one. This also is a set of merge cells. So let's just say unmerge. All right, so let's address these empty cells. So this would be time and day. And let's see if I resolved the issues. Okay, it looks good. And now what it is kind of having an issue with is the empty cells here. So let's just add kind of some generic text to get past this issue. Of course, you would typically have useful information in here as well. Here we go. And let's fix this spacing issue. All right, awesome. Let's hit recheck and see if we've solved this problem. There we go. All right, so moving down to elements, images should have alternative text. So let's kind of start at the beginning and click this image and then right click, select alt text. And this one looks to already have some alt text, so it's not this one. So let's go down to this image of a cat. We'll right click it, and there we go. We're missing alt text for this one. So orange cat cartoon laying on its back. X out of that, and then let's hit recheck. All right, looks like we're still missing some alt text, so let's go back to slide 2, and let's add alt text for this image of a speaker. Let's just say speaker icon. We'll X out of that and recheck and see what else we're getting flagged on. Looks good. All right, and then elements should have alt text. So let's click this red box here, right click it, and let's add alt text to this as well. Sometimes it can be kind of hard to select it. Oh, there we go. We got to switch these. There we go. Right, so looks good on alternative text. Text boxes should not be empty. So right away, I can see that this subtitle area is empty. So let's add a subtitle for presentation. All right, let's check our other text boxes and make sure they have text in them. Here's one that's also missing. So this is text for a paragraph. There we go. And let's recheck it and see if this resolves the issue. There we go. We've passed that. Let's go down to contents, which is where our last issues are being flagged. So high color contrast should be used. Let's go ahead and go slide by slide and kind of check on this. So right away, I could see that my yellow on white text is going to be pretty low contrast. This is kind of a extreme example just to kind of get the point across, but you do want sufficient contrast between your text and background. So I'm just going to go with the tried and true black on white. Looks good. Let's go down again. And this text within the table, this light gray on the dark purple, that's also going to be an issue. So let's go ahead and change this to a kind of nice bright white and see if that will fix our issue. Let's double check our other slides. Looks good. Let's hit recheck and see if that is sufficient. Okay, so it looks like that's still not high enough contrast. So let's actually go through and change the table to have some darker colors. So that way we can actually see everything a little better. So I'm going to highlight these cells and I'm going to make all of the dark ones much darker. Let me reselect this. There we go. Let's make this way darker and let's also make this one way darker here. All right, looks better. Let's go ahead and recheck and see if this resolved the issue. All right, so it looks like that change helped fix our contrast between our text and background issue. And then we have one more to resolve in saying that empty trailing lines could be removed. So let's kind of take a look at where these might be occurring. I am going to go ahead and shrink some of these text boxes just so they fit a little better. Do the same thing here. Let's go look at the next one and see where this could be happening. There we go. Not seeing anything there. Go ahead and shrink this as well. And same here. I do believe this can sometimes read as trailing lines, so cleaning it up to actually be the appropriate size for your text is not a bad idea for clean formatting. Let's see if that fixed our issue. Right, and from what I can tell, I think it's still coming from the table, perhaps. So let's see if we can clean anything up here. That might actually have been it. So let's recheck it and see if I got the last one. All right, it looks like that resolved our issue. I hope this has been a really good jumping off point for you for remediating your Google Slides content using Grackle Slides. Please join me in my next video using the Grackle extension for Google Sheets. Thank you.